Hey everybody, welcome back to Beer Tips. This is Dan, and it's a pleasure to join you this Sunday noon morning. This is my brunch beer of the day, what I like to call my brunch beer, called Schucks Oyster Stout. I'm super excited about this. Finally purchased myself some Crooked Crab Brewing Company beer. And Crooked Crab is out of Odenton, Maryland. I'm really looking forward to this one and looking forward to sharing it with you. So let's get to this.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So for those of you who love stouts, really love stouts, I gotta encourage you to try oyster stouts. I have only had like a couple of different oyster stouts, but every single one I've had has been amazing. And I'm not exactly sure what they do in the brewing process with the oysters, but it just makes it makes what would normally be like a dry stout seem sweeter and more mild and smooth. And it's without being cloyingly sweet. So I'm really looking forward to this. Crooked Crab, before I open the beer, I'm going to read you their marketing pitch. It says, a collab with Forward Brewing. Classic export strength oatmeal stout brewed with a plethora of roasted and caramel malts and local Chesapeake Bay oysters. So it is 6.5% alcohol by volume. And in case you're wondering where Odenton, Maryland is, it is pretty much right outside Annapolis. So let's do this. All right. Oop. So, and Dan forgot how to pour how to pour beer properly, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure you all won't tell anybody. And it looks like a nice full body beer, at least from from the sight in the glass. It's got a nice tan head. I can smell it even from from here. It's got a nice sweet caramel and chocolate smell to it. I mean, very subtle hints of coffee as well, but definitely some caramel and almond and chocolate. I sense a sort of almost like a milky and nuttiness to it. Cheers. Oh, it doesn't disappoint. Okay, so I love Flying Dog's Oyster Stout. This blows it out of the park. It blows it out of the park. And yeah, it's just an incredibly well-balanced beer. If you're used to stouts that generally have like deep like coffee and chocolate or even some caramel malts in them, this has got all that. But take your typical coffee or breakfast stout. It's just much more mild and mellow. And it's got like no traces of like bitterness that sometimes the roast kind of leaves with you. It is not a lot of like, it's like a very mild coffee, lightly sweetened. The finish is almost kind of like a milk stout, except where milk stouts tend to be like very sweet because of the lactose sugars. This is smooth. It is a super well-balanced beer. It's 6.5% alcohol by volume, which doesn't make it particularly strong, but I would consider this kind of a dangerous beer because I could drink this all day and I could polish off a 4-pack really easily of this stuff. I give this really high marks. If you're a stout person, I definitely recommend getting Crooked Crab. Oh, shucks. So until next time, everybody, please, if you're able to, like what you're seeing, subscribe if you can, and everybody take care, and I'll join you next time.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.